Hello everyone, welcome to a new video for Aave link and Avax price prediction based on Elliott Wave analysis. We're gonna see here, starting with Aave on the daily, where we have potentially an impulse toward the upside, wave 1 or wave A finished, and of course we're looking here at a very long sideways correction. It can be, of course, several possibility here for this sideways correction where you might be, of course, in a potential A, B, and a C still unfolding for a one-to-one fib level in a regular flat wave C. This wave C is, of course, requiring here a one-to-one fib level, meaning, of course, finishing kind of like an impulse or a diagonal 5 waves toward the downside. However, this possibility is still far, of course, especially after the last drop. We saw a rebound toward the upside right now. And, of course, like reducing the possibility much more, of course, for this one, giving higher possibility for the potential A, B, C, D, and E here as a triangle that it might be unfolding. Currently, after this wave C here was this wick, you might be, of course, in a wave D formation, and after all, of course, having a wave E to start a new bull run potentially toward the upside for a one-to-one fib level taken from the potential wave A or wave 1, finishing somewhere here, and then, of course, having somehow the one-to-one fib level at 762 or even higher for 1200. In case, of course, if you are in a wave 3 here, right? So, and if we are in a wave 3, you might continue for wave 4 and a 5. And that means, of course, it is a 1, 2, and then 3, 4, and a 5. However, the difference between the wave 3 and the wave C is that you would like to finish here as W, X, and a Y, and you start the impulse toward the upside for wave 3. By all means, if the price takes the high here, for Aave, that might mean, of course, a potential scenario here for something very bullish. So this is a confirmation for a bull run. Yeah, so for Aave, confirmation for bull run. And that means if the price move and takes the high here, that means, of course, that we might moving in a wave 3 after a W, X, and a Y here, because it is a 3 waves and not a triangle. Don't forget the rule that a wave 2 is not allowed to be a triangle. And that means, of course, if we form a triangle here and we fail to take this high or to invalidate the triangle, that means, of course, that we might dive for a wave E, and then, okay, this is a wave B, therefore, and not a wave 2 here, meaning an A, B, and a C, which is exactly this one in the white scenario. So these are the possibilities here for a potential wave 2 in a wave Y. So you would like to see, of course, a new high here for Aave in case we are bullish and we're looking for this area. On the lower time frame for the 2 hours chart for Aave, we are looking here for something that it might be also bullish, where we start to see like several waves here toward the upside, especially that this might be an impulse 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 after a potential impulse 1, 2, 1, 2, 3, 4, and a 5 toward the upside. So very interesting. Also exactly in our blue box here, potential wave 2 finished. Of course, wave C can still be something bigger because as an ABC here, you are looking for something very big, but I doubt it. This is definitely something as W, X, and a Y finished over there, and we move simply towards the upside. So basically, I'm positive with Aave. This coin looks also promising. We have 1, 2, 1, 2 again, wave 3, no invalidation yet, and of course, before taking this invalidation of bullish here, we cannot say that we are going for a new low. So if the price stays above this key level here, $212, means, of course, we're still looking for something for higher. And it can be, of course, a potential 1, 2, and wave 3 unfinished for and a 5 toward the upside. Yep, so this is regarding Aave from the daily all-time history until, of course, the micro level. Let's move forward to the next one, which is link, and also start on the all-time history as well, where we are looking here for a potential wave 1 or wave A in an impulse toward the upside 1, 2, 3, 4, and a 5. You have here a potential A, B, C, D, E as well, of course, as a triangle, as you can see, which it is, of course, very likely to be much more as a wave B rather than being in a wave 2, right? Because it's not allowed for a wave 2 to be a triangle, meaning you might be in an A, B, and a C toward the upside. The wave C here is, of course, a zigzag formation that it can be, of course, logarithmic, but first, always for safety, we search, of course, for the linear fib since we are taking the new all-time high here. So no need, of course, to seek after the logarithmic, unless, of course, we get a signal that we are breaking above the 1.618. So basically, if we are in a triangle ABCDE, you're looking for the one-to-one fib level, $69 for a link here. Now, this triangle should be almost done, A, B, C, D, and an E, unless it's going to range for more here or something else is unfolding, which it might be, of course, potentially a 1, A, B, C for a wave 2, or WX and a Y. And you're having here kind of like several 1, 2, but very, very far possibility, guys, because of the overlapping and the failure to take the high here. And that means, of course, it might be something very complex. In this case, it might be even a W and X, and you might be unfolding a smaller triangle here, A, B, C, D, E, and a E, of course, in running triangle, and then moving toward the upside. But both case scenarios shows, of course, a potential for higher prices here for a link on the all-time history, unless, of course, we are in 3 ways down and kind of like 3 ways up for a wave B. And of course, we are looking here for 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 for something very bearish, which is very far possibility again, because you need first to invalidate the triangle, which is a priority first, right? And the target for a wave C is very, very far, yeah, so very far, $2.75. So much more likely that, yes, we are in a potential bottom here and a reversal. Now, if we take the $31, that means, of course, or even I prefer lower than this. I prefer the $28. If we take it, that means a confirmation for higher here. Higher prices, which it might be also kind of like a bull run moving, of course, towards these boxes. So basically, I would say the major target currently is the $69 for Chainlink. Nice, for Chainlink. And if we dive deeper also on the 2 hours chart here, we can see that we have a potential impulse toward the upside. And if this is a potential expanding diagonal, which is very rare, it was a wave 1. I'm taking it into consideration that because, of course, we didn't took the 886 here, and we see a potential 1, 2, and then you got, of course, a very high wave, impulsive wave. But of course, with this strong wave 2 again, of course, it makes it another potential 1, 2 over there, which it might be finished in WX and a wave Y, already finished in a zigzag here, and we got invalidation of any kind of impulsive wave downward, which it might, of course, claim something for higher. And as we can see, of course, on the 1 hour chart so far, we can see several 1, 2s here again, potentially, but I don't like what happened here, and there's a 1, 2, 3, 4 interfering again with the zone 1, which is not nice to see again, unless that those are triple 1, 2s again, or several 1, 2s unfolding, because we still see something impulsive moving for higher and still so far unfolding something in green. So very likely that the market is shifting, and of course that we are bottoming here for Link and many other coins, and that we might start to move for higher. Don't forget also that you are in the perfect blue box here for a wave 2, which is obviously, of course, corrective here, and that we might, of course, shift for higher. Now, another possibility can be the A, B, and a C, and the wave C is a diagonal here, 1, 2, 3, 4, and a 5. So also very likely also to have one more low and then moving for higher. But the things are kind of like ready to start to show some potential for a bullish scenario to unfold for higher prices here with Link. Yeah, so these are the possibilities. So probably I'm gonna put also A, B, and a C that it might still unfold here for a potential wave 1, 2 as well, right? Yep, so that was it for Link. So let's move for the next one, which is Avax here. So for Avax, also we have on the daily here, we have something like a triangle formation. Basically, it looks like an A, B, C, D, and an E. Took the 886 with the wick, which is typical triangle characteristic, and you might still be looking for a wave E here. So you gotta be careful because the wave E is finishing upward. It might also reverse toward the downside for a deeper correction here for AVAX. Of course, after a triangle, you might dive deeper 3 ways down and then moving up later on, which is not really good scenario in case this happen. But of course, that is a bullish scenario here. It can be an impulse already in a wave A or a wave 1. You got a very, very long sideways correction here for a W, X, and a Y. And after reaching this wave Y by taking the 886, it might be also that you are in 1, 2, 3, 4, and a 5 towards the upside to reach this blue zone here as a wave. Of course, C, in case you are in an A, B, and a C, you would like to see 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. But if you are in W, X, and a wave Y, the wave Y can be here an ABC, potentially as regular flat, hitting the $110, but probably failing to take the high. So these are also possibilities. Another possibility is a very, very long sideways wave 2, and that your wave 2 can be done and finished here, and you got, of course, another impulse here, and you're looking for a wave 2 over there. Yeah, so, and that means, yeah, but very, very far possibility because of the 886, but still there because you didn't took the low. So you have also a possibility of 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 here, of course, for AVAX. I'm not gonna put it there because we know it already from from the potential scenario here in a wave C, right? Which it has to be a 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. Yep, so these are the possibilities on the daily. If we dive deeper inside it as well, we can see clearly that we have here a W, X, and a potential wave Y. Now, the thing is that you still have potential higher prices here as a 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 in case that that something has finished here as a wave C or a wave 2 in a bigger or on the macro level. But don't forget that the wave Y here, in case we are in a longer WX and a Y, WX and a wave Y here, the wave Y is this impulse that we are looking at right now might be the wave A, B, and a C. So you might be in a wave B here towards the upside a little bit as a strong rebound and then dropping down for this box area, which is of course 0.618 and 1-to-1 fib level for a wave Y here. And especially the time required here after a W, you would like to see the same pattern almost after a X in between as a bridge, right? So this is what I'm looking for. But basically, in both case scenario, if we are bullish and if we are rebounding here, we might see, of course, higher prices and then probably dropping down later on, unless, of course, we take the high here and we confirm something as a wave 3, 4, and a 5 toward the upside. Yep, that was it for AVAX and, of course, Aave and Link. Thank you for watching. Thank you for your likes and comments. See you in the next one. Bye-bye.